Harmony. The Fall of Reverie. It's time to play Harmony. The Fall of Reverie. Everyone click on that link right now while you have the time. While you have a moment. And I will set up the game real quick. Please don't tell me what this game is. Because I want to experience it for myself. And we're going to play this game now. What is happening with all of my setup stuff? Ooh. Harmony, the Fall of Reverie. I have no idea what that could possibly mean because a reverie is a dream, isn't it? Let me just quickly see what it says on Steam that this game is. Hopefully it doesn't. Spoil it for me. It is a single player game. Oh, am I supposed to use a controller for this? Doesn't tell me nothing. Alright, you know what? We're just going to go in. I think I might need a controller though. Is that what it... Come on, man. Come on. You can do it. Alright, everyone click on the link. Exclamation point Harmony in the chat. Give me 1 second. My apologies, I have returned. Let's go. Harmony, the Fall of Reverie. I think I need to restart it. No, I don't. New game. Genuinely, by the way, I have no idea what to expect. This game, they asked me to play this game for a couple of hours. I obliged because it looks very interesting. But I'm not 100% sure what to expect from it, so I think we're just going to jump in. Cool, nice artwork. Minority Report. Oh, it really is. Oh. Are we in the future? Or are we in another world? Disco Elysium, future. Welcome back, Polly. Dude, the effort so far on the animation. What was that? Am I magic? Am I a magic girl? Old workshop. Everything looks the same, but it feels so different. Dropped my bag in my old room. It's been 10 years since I moved out of this place. 5 since the last time I managed to come back for holidays. Childhood home. When I was young, this island felt so small, but now I'm realizing I was wrong about that. It's not small, it's just that I was growing up. I had my own ideas, needed some time away alone. Back then, it felt like all the space here was meant for other more important people. And by people, I mean my mother. Oh. Wait, this means she probably likes her. Ursula, villain name. She's always been so purposeful, so dedicated, so focused. She casts a long shadow. She can be like a super scientist. Naiads. Now I find myself stepping back into the place where we lived together for so many years. The Naiads. Probably saying it wrong. Big residence open to all, filled with artists and creatives. The backbone of Alma, the surrounding neighborhood. At least it was. With Ursula gone missing, the place feels empty now, almost abandoned. I decided to go straight to my mother's room, the heart of the problem. Everything looks familiar and everything feels strange. I hear a sound and some instinct freezes me in place. Nobody's home. The noise emerges from somewhere inside my mother's room. A heartbeat and a gentle pearl-like rattling. Nope. Hey, I'm out. Haven't been there for 10 years. Mother's gone missing and there's a weird noise coming from the room. I'm on the first train out. A soothing sound. Uh-oh. Even scarier. It's luring you in. A call. A name whispered, chanted. I feel compelled to open the door and... yeah, dude. No way, dude. It's a demon. A charm demon. The thing from... what is happening? Is she going insane? Or is it actually happening? Literally my controller. Oh no. Ah! Where am I? Where are you? Look at this place. The world around me, I've never seen anything like it. An endless panorama, a limitless horizon. My head spins. And there, looking at me like I'm an old friend, is a girl. She seems surprised, as if my presence was a shock to her.
Didn't see you there. Take your time, Sprout. It's not every day you wake up in a new dimension.
My ears are ringing, head swimming. I feel like I'm in the strangest dream ever, but I take a breath
There
and
you
focus.
go. You'll get the hang of it in no time.
Who is this person? She puts down the game console she was playing with and rushes over to me.
So, I guess we've got a lot to discuss.
Who are you? I'm Polly.
Actually, you're Harmony for us over here.
She seems to be looking at my clothes, and what happened? Why am I dressed like a priestess? Breathe, I need to breathe.
Bliss. This world is Reverie, and it's in big trouble.
What?
Both my world and yours are on the brink of collapse. Not pillaged and plundered by an invading army or something cool like that. No, this is ugly. Bad news. Collapsing from within, you know?
Let me just adjust the sound. Oh god, that made it louder.
Wait! Slow down!
So fucking loud. Video game sliders, I mean, what's the point in them? Same as a toaster. Technology.
Please. I was just in my mother's room, and I picked up this necklace, and...
See this?
The girl points to an object floating in the middle of a platform. An orb. It sort of looks like a heart wreathed in blue flames. It's radiating a powerful surge of emotions. How do I know
Don't
this?
look at it for too long, Sprout. It'll bum you out.
It's... incredible.
And yet, it's fragile. More than it has ever been.
It does sound like Kuno, doesn't it, from Disco? Kuno's friend. I take a few steps towards it. Waves of comforting warmth and aching cold wash over me. Sensations of solitude and togetherness, emptiness and excess. I'm on the verge of tears, gripped by a sense of helpless sorrow beyond my control.
I know who you are. And I know you have to touch the heart of Reverie.
This is where Mum went, isn't it? And failed or something. The heart.
Touch it! Touch it and see the future!
I comply. My fingers seem to go right through the surface. It's neither cold nor hot. Softly rough. That's me. I feel a slight shock, almost imperceptible.
What the...
You're connected to Reverie now. You'll be able to travel between our world and yours.
What do you mean, travel? I have so many questions.
Looks like you're searching for your mother. This'll point you in the right direction. Introducing the Augural. An amazing tool you can use to strategize and plan out the future.
How do I use it?
The girl takes a sip of her drink and a few seconds to reply. Is this simply theatrics, or is she figuring out the best way to explain?
See for yourself, Sprout.
Welcome to Harmony. This tutorial will give you all the knowledge you need to explore the story. Story nodes. The future is visible to you in the form of interconnected nodes. Each node contains a fragment of story that you can choose to unveil. Close this tutorial and use A to select the node, okay? Oh my god. Oh, but I don't know what it is. I just gotta pick one at random. Alright, we'll go left. That's the rules. Truth. Dare. Oh, do you want to do truth or dare? Truth or dare? I haven't got much energy today. I'll go with truth. Can't do it. Now what? Did I do it? What happened? What the hell just
The
happened?
Augural allows you to see the future. That's this board, you know?
Final Fantasy X.
Before today, time was linear for you. From now on, well, it dances to your tune.
It's incredible. How? How come I can do that?
I'm an aspiration. Me and my friends need a heart to exist. But our heart is weak. And you're special, Sprout. You can help us. You can save us all.
Bliss attempts a smile, but it looks forced. Perhaps because I look so confused. For a moment, the world means nothing to me. But why me? And why was the necklace in my mother's room? Could this augural be the key to finding my mother?
Let's start with something easy. Truth or dare?
Truth or dare? Is she serious? The light in her eyes tells me so. There we go. Branchings. The symbol means that the only way of the next two notes can be played, that only one of the next two can be played. Oh, that's fun. Going with truth. I wonder how you can play this game with some kind of immortal child, but I
Truth.
accept.
Tell me about your mum. Do you like her?
Words are spilling out of my mouth uncontrollably.
Things are difficult between us.
Good. You made a choice. And now, what we're experiencing is unique and special.
All at once I feel ashamed. What was I thinking to open up to this unknown entity so much and so suddenly?
Don't worry about that.
Me, when I speak on stream and then I realize that I'm just speaking out loud to everyone forever. Hang on, can she hear my thoughts? She needs to stop.
I'm trying, but I can't help catching some of them. Like listening to a foreign lingo you half know. But go on. Tell me about your mother.
It takes me a couple seconds to refocus.
You make it sound so clinical. It's just that
Also, listening to other thoughts, but describing it as, you know, listening to a foreign language where you know a few of the words, catch a few of the words, is a fucking cool way to do that.
I never knew her.
Or describe it.
I mean,
I can feel Bliss's presence in my head retreating, being pushed back. I can actually keep her out of my thoughts if I concentrate hard enough. So I continue.
she's always been there, pushing me, picking me up after failures and mistakes. But who she really is, deep down, as a person, I have no clue.
All the little circles mean that were going through my head. We're suddenly back at the Naiads. If not for the familiar surroundings, I might not have noticed the shift.
What the?
Is this your room? Nice.
Oh. You're here?
Well, sort of.
Amelia Tyler.
I'm really still in Reverie, but with a bit of effort, we aspirations can push ourselves into brittle. And as you shifted yourself back here, I thought I'd come with.
She has like all those game tech things going on. I wonder if it's a bit like, you know, that book / that TV show, American Gods. Did that get cancelled? That's annoying. And one of the new gods is like a tech kid or whatever, you know? It's like that.
I did?
Don't worry about it. Those new powers of yours will take a bit of getting used to. Now, where were we? Oh yeah, your mum.
My finger traces circles on the desk. A mandala of
Would
dust.
you say she was distant?
Always. She kept me at bay. Refused to let me into her world. She wanted me to become this great artist. And instead I went into medical research. She was always there, always present, but never close. Does that make sense?
Why am I asking? My stomach hurts. Why am I hurting myself?
She never even cried. When Dad left, she simply closed that book and opened another one.
My fingers paint an infinite spiral again and again. It feels soothing, like I'm making a bridge to connect two different drawings. And we're suddenly and brutally back in the other world.
What's going on?
Don't ask me. You're the one who brought us here. Traveling between worlds like it's nothing is, well, shows what amazing powers you have.
I smile. The futures are slowly unfolding. Right. So that was truth. I wonder what Dare would have been. If truth was just telling the truth, which she was kind of doing anyway. Hidden future. Polly can catch a glimpse of the future, but entire parts of it sometimes remain hidden from her. Nodes with that symbol will hide all the nodes behind them. Right. Hidden nodes cannot be interacted with. They conceal all information about the fragment they contain. You'll need to progress through the augural until you reach this node to reveal it and see beyond it. Okay. On the augural, look left and right trigger to zoom in and out. Right, and I can go only so far. I open my eyes again and the two paths have merged into one.
Go on, what do you see? What do you feel?
I sense a new being. A new force. It's getting closer.
That, I believe, would be me.
Jesus Christ. A tall silhouette comes into focus before my eyes, surrounded by electric blue fish dancing in the air. He's surrounded by them, or like I'm seeing them? I knew Bliss was tiny, but now she looks positively minuscule.
I am power. An aspiration like our minuscule Bliss over there.
Reading my thoughts again. He reads my mind too. I'm gonna have to work harder to keep them out of my head.
No offense, Bliss.
None taken. I prefer the term fun-sized.
That's what I say about my... a little laugh slips out of me. Suddenly, this whole situation feels absurdly mundane, as though I've always been a part of this.
You must be Harmony.
Bliss, Harmony, Power. Harmony, what a name. Am I one of them?
You have seen how weak our heart is. It won't last long. Great changes would come to pass. You might even call them cataclysmic.
The ground beneath me suddenly feels shaky, unstable.
What can I do? I'm just looking for my mother. I didn't ask for any of this.
You now know that chance does not exist. The futures laid out before you will force your hand. They will require you to make choices. Choices that are ruthless, difficult, even painful.
The art's really cool, yeah.
Choose wisely, follow your objective, and your diligence will be rewarded with a valuable resource.
Knew I forgot something. There's this energy called egregor, right? It's basically how we exist in your world. It kind of tastes like, you know that blue soda?
Egregor is rare and powerful. It is not to be drunk.
Like the leaves on the pillars. The vines. It's so, so much effort to draw. But makes that scene look so much better.
Some choices you make will generate egregor and bind us together. Use it wisely.
And like clearly evokes the nature. Like it's interesting they had so much technology at the beginning in this world that she was in. She's in like a fucking a future tech place, and then you come here, which is like some ritualistic stone maze place, and then but like there's gonna be a nature harmony balance thing. That's what she is, right?
What are you expecting from me?
The aspirations meet my doubts with a knowing look. Aspirations? Why are they called aspirations? She has all these problems with her mum. Her own aspirations and what her mum wanted her to do. I wonder if this is all in her head. It's like a depiction of all of the different thoughts and feelings she has about what her mum wanted her to be. Maybe this is... I'm reading so far into it, it's unbelievable. This is her mum. Her mum's dead, and this is her coping with everything that her mum wanted her to be and do and grow up to be and stuff.
Ah, you got it. I can tell because your mind's gone all hard. Difficult to hear.
They can read my mind because they're me. It looks like I'm getting better at pushing them away from what's in my head.
We have much more to tell you, but a good leader knows what to reveal and what to leave unsaid. For now, of course.
The two aspirations look at each other. Something is shared in their glance, an emotion, a memory, but I don't know what it is. I'll need to find out by myself.
The key is your mother, Harmony.
Her disappearance must be linked with what happened here.
A pause. They glance at each other.
Some of our number are lost, scattered.
And we work better if we're a team.
How many of them are there?
But that's for later. Right now, the priority is your mother.
Exactly.
We must find her. Or else...
Your heart will get weaker?
Look in their eyes tells me I'm right.
Find your mother. Explore the futures.
Okay. I nod. The view from up here is stunning. My head feels heavy. So much has been dropped on me. So much. I need to close my eyes. Can I wake up in the real world? A new objective mode has been revealed. Objective nodes are marked by a ray of light shining from their center. Try to reach them to progress through the story. Use X to open the notifications panel and see the new objective mode. Right, but we can't... We have a choice in a minute. Alright, we can see ahead now. Find of home, support Nora. Warn Nora. Sanctuary of bliss, sanctuary of power. That's as far as we can see. Okay. Back on Earth. It is Earth. It's the future. This is a real place. I can tell right away that I'm not in Reverie anymore. The sun over Atina is hot and dry. I stretch out my arms, feeling the muscles there resisting. A minute. I just need a minute to think this through. I came here to find my mother, discovered a necklace that transported me far away, and now I'm able to instantly travel between worlds and talk to gods?
Is that it?
That wasn't a dream. All my studies into the human mind, all my research, I've never heard anything like this. It wasn't a seizure or a hallucination. This was all the legends and tales my mother wrote about in her poetry, all the stories she told me as a kid. Either your mother was aware of this and she was the previous Harmony and now you're the new one, or this is in your head and is some sort of cope game. And invisible worlds opened up in front of me with the augural. I need to act. I need to embrace this. Okay. These two nodes are blocked by a barrier. Barriers block certain nodes until they're removed. It seems crystals are required to unlock either of these two nodes. Those symbols show that you need a bliss or a power crystal to progress through the story. Crystals can be gained as you progress through the augural. Okay. Here are the crystals you seek. Progress to the Org to play one of them on the barrier. Crystals materialize in different forms depending on which aspiration they're bound to. Okay. This is the demo, by the way. The demo is out. You can play it as well. And the actual game is out next month on the 8th. My head's still swirling with worlds, names, predictions, and then Nora. I can hear her footsteps outside the room. Knowing her, she's about to barge in. I rub my eyes and run my hands through my hair, trying to wake from reverie.
Polly?
Hello there. I can feel tears in my eyes, a sweet taste in my mouth, static electricity grazing my shoulders and arms.
Polly! You're here!
Nora, come here.
She crosses the room and we hug. It's the first human contact I've had in months. She feels so good, so warm and familiar.
How are you?
This is me, dude. I don't have human contact until... Sometimes I'm like, I sit up. It will literally be months and I'm like, oh, I haven't actually like physically even shook someone's hand in like 3 months, and it's a weird feeling.
Good! I mean, fine, considering what's going on.
What's going on?
It's okay. We'll find her. I know we will.
So much has happened.
Tell me.
Hold on, I need some coffee. It's keeping my brain from rotting.
She drinks coffee now. She's definitely older. A young woman. Cool. It was all 3D. In the kitchen, Nora makes us both coffee and launches into, well, about 8 different stories at once, all tangled together. Let me just look at what's on this. Okay, oven has just got the word oven written on it. I feel like this is the type of game where if you pay attention to stuff in the background, I bet it tells you something. I'm not sure what to make of it all, like this, you know. It's all gonna mean something at some point, maybe. She hasn't changed, always carrying an entire world of plots and characters and charming adventures with her, a Nora-verse of energy.
And yeah, Grandpa's gone through all 5 stages of grief, though for a while I thought he was stuck on denial.
Me, I'm Grandpa. I smile. She hands over a huge mug filled to the brim with caffeine.
Nothing beats a really cheap, super strong coffee.
Can she see you?
Oh, no. No, you're fine. Just don't start talking to yourself. Weirds people out.
I'm so sorry. I'm talking so much. Can't believe it's the first time you've been back in years.
Yeah, it's... you know.
Oh, I know. Things were difficult with Ursula.
It doesn't feel good to admit my mother always showed more love and affection to Nora than to me. I'm not jealous. Nora deserves love, but it's hard to stop thinking about the reasons behind it. Was I harder to love? Yeah, man. See? What is this? Cope game? Like Returnal? That's what we should have played. We should have played the end of Returnal. I still have all of my theories about what Returnal is about. But it's is this a game that looks like you're a girl who is just in this kind of techno future in this lush natural environment with all this technology, as opposed to like Midgar, like some disgusting dystopian cyberpunk thing where technology and nature are still all good. Like they've built air purifiers, you know, and fixed everything with their tech. And she travels to this other world and she has to figure out what's going on and how to save it. But really, the game is about her processing all of these thoughts and feelings that you have when you get older. First of all, everyone goes through this, I think, a little bit. You go through a little moment. Do you remember the point where you got old enough to actually understand your parents as humans and just adults. Are you older now than your parents were when they had you? Is one that you have to think about. And then you have to think about what you were like at, you know, whatever age. And then imagine what it would be like to bring you up. And that's a weird feeling. And then you start seeing them as just people. Up until then, they're sort of these like weird omnipresent beings that are just wells of knowledge, just bottomless pits. You think they know everything and they're in control of everything. And then eventually you get older and you're like, oh, they're just people. They're people. They're dumb, idiot people who made, you know, dumb, idiot mistakes. And also, you know, they did good things. And they were just doing stuff. Yeah. That's a weird place to be. And I feel like you end up going through it again, probably through when one of them dies or something like that. I mean, my childhood was really weird. I really only had a mum and a grandma. My dad, anyway, not much of a... But it's weird, man. It's still weird when you get to that point and you start to... You sort of have to process through it, and I think a lot of people don't. I think a lot of people don't process it correctly. I think that they just kind of need someone to blame for their problems, especially if your childhood was rough. And you never get over that stuff until maybe when they die, and then there's no one really for you to focus that energy on. So then you have to start processing it. But also just that thought of like figuring out who they were, and then just like why, you know, sometimes one of the things that I had to do in therapy, which was really rough, was why didn't my dad like me? You know, it's a horrible question that really hurts me to say out loud sometimes. And I had to just be like, why? What did I do wrong? You know, I was a child. Why didn't he like me? Yeah, and that's just like a thing that I have to think about, and it's hard to do sometimes because I don't know him. I don't really know him. I don't have a lot of memories to pull from because I was a child, and even if I ask my mum questions about him and stuff, I can only get secondhand information that's coming from a different position. You know, my mum's brain. It's cut up with all the shit that's in her brain. And then, so it's a thing that I had to process a lot in therapy, and you have to kind of ask yourself all these questions and think about it. And so this already feels like that to me. Like she keeps asking these questions. Why did she like this girl more than me? Or, you know, what was it? The things in her head are called aspirations. And I wonder if that's what this game is actually a representation of. And I know it's really, really early in the game to be trying to figure out if that's what it represents. But the way my brain works is first of all, I can't turn that off sometimes, and it's just like, oh, that's what's going on, right? So now I'm trying to look for the duality in everything that's happening in the game. What if it does secretly represent a different thing? Everything in this game is an allegory for one other thing, and whether it will actually end up being that in the end. But it's an interesting question, I think, to have, and I think a lot of people have it with their parents eventually. When you look at them, you start seeing them just as people, kind of. You know, it doesn't sometimes make it easier or harder to figure out whatever, but it does give you a new perspective sometimes.
But she'd been different lately. We had a fight before she went missing.
Ursula was upset with you.
They both call her Ursula, but in her head she calls her mother. You know? What does that mean? I never called my dad, even when I was a child. It's really, really weird. I called him Kevin all the time. I've never actually called him dad to his face. I've never referred to him as, you know, I just say my dad to other people because otherwise you'd just be confused. You'd be like, who's he talking about if I just was talking about some dude called Kevin? I wonder if that's a thing. She keeps referring to other people, her mother as Ursula, but in her head, she says Nora's always gotten along well with my mother. I can't remember the last time they fought.
Have you heard about all the job openings at MK?
Here we go. What's MK? Evil Corp. Nora wants to join MK. A few months ago, she was telling me how intrusive and problematic they were.
The city's getting more expensive by the minute, and the pay's good, and it's interesting work, I guess. Did I mention the pay? Because, Paul, we're barely getting by here. And there's this school I'd like to go to, a rather expensive school, but Ursula felt I was betraying myself, and we had a fight, and I had to sleep at a friend's place for a couple of days.
She's gone off to the Mortal Kombat tournament. That's what it is.
That bad?
I just needed some space, some air.
The shiver of static electricity is back. Through my fingers, up my back, the necklace feels lighter around my throat.
I know MK isn't perfect, but I can't live here forever. No way I can move out without a job.
MK isn't perfect, but is not a sentence I thought I'd hear from Nora's mouth.
What do you think?
As I think about how to answer, I feel the weight of the decision that is the kind of choice Bliss was talking about. Okay. And this is also going to determine whether I get a Bliss crystal or a power crystal. Support Nora, Bliss. This is what she wants to hear. Support, not judgment. Power. She doesn't want to hear this, but it's for her own good. Alright, well. Are we playing this as Polly or are we playing this as Brad? Are we answering how I would answer in real life? I'm a tough love person. I tell people just the truth. I'm a tough love person. I tell people the truth and I lose friends, but they get the truth out of me. You get nothing but the honest me. You know, I'm not sugarcoating nothing with anyone. And it sounds like the type of thing you're like, yeah, that's what I do, and that's what I want from a friend. But really, most people don't. They want you to lie to them and just continue to keep the charade up. I'm gonna go with power.
Do it, Harmony.
But she'll be disappointed, and...
You are about to tell her what she needs to hear, not what she wants to hear.
Answer as a girl, answer as a boy. The more I think about it, the more I feel he's right. Time to put on my big sister cap.
Maybe it's just me.
Is she actually your big sister?
But... I can't picture you in a mono-concern uniform.
Mono-concern. No idea what that means.
I know. But the pay is... It would change a lot for me.
You are living in a swimming pool, to be fair, if you live here. She's conflicted, and I don't think she expected me to reel her back in so quickly. How long has she been thinking about this?
No, you're right. It's not a good idea. They've been increasing security all over the island. MK is everywhere these days. Hard to avoid. And I know I won't change anything by myself, but...
Her heart is heavier. I wish I could take this burden off of her, but the rest is up to her.
You cannot take back your words. Moving forward is the only way to travel this road, Harmony. You did well.
Sorry, it was a bad idea. Can I have a hug?
I don't need to be asked twice. Her warmth is contagious.
You know I didn't mean to make you feel guilty, right?
I know. Don't worry. I'm tough. On the inside.
Of course you are.
She smiles. I smile back. I'm realizing that from now on my relationships will be affected by my power. This is a heavier burden than I thought.
This is good. The hug, I mean.
It is.
Nora squeezes harder. Then she releases me. We're both recharged, both forgiven, both at peace.
Come on. I guess we should go find Laszlo.
Yeah. I could do with a drink.
And maybe passing out and forgetting about the necklace and these two weird... I stop the thought before it expands beyond my control. Family first. Because that's why I'm here, isn't it? Family? Wonder if that's going to be a thing. You collected your first crystal. Crystals collected during a chapter are not kept when you move to the next one. Barrier has fallen. You can now reach the objective node. Right, but we can only go through the power thing. Sanctuary of Bliss, Sanctuary of Power. And it costs me that, or... Wow, Power Stronghold, that's cool, look at that. Brutalism, you know? A shock. A brief pain behind my eyes, a bright light. When I return to my senses, I'm not on Atina anymore. I'm back in Reverie.
You have chosen well thus far.
Is this your realm?
Indeed. A place of strength, of fortitude.
A fish, though, you know? A gust of dry wind pushes us inside the tower. Why the fish? Well, just a massive throne. The cold stone that surrounds us makes me feel like I'm walking down the barrel of a gun. Interesting way to think. Look at the fish. Power takes an unhurried seat on a monumental throne, a movement rehearsed 1,000 times.
But a realm implies a kingdom, a title, a crown.
This is all for show. A power play. I get it. No pun
The
intended.
aspirations are neither kings nor queens nor anything in between. Neither deities nor demigods. We simply are. Aspirations are intrinsically linked to your world and your kind.
And we never had a clue about any of it.
Have you always been here?
Always. Since the dawn of your kind. Since your first dream, your first wish, your first complex thought. It must come as a shock to lose the luxury of your ignorance.
What's happening with his voice, though? I mean, he sounds evil, to be honest. But I don't know if he's supposed to sound evil or just powerful. But his voice went a little wobbly there. Did you hear that? He had a little reverb to it. The aspirations have been here all this time, everywhere, guiding all of our choices. They were in you all along. So many questions. My mind's awash with words and doubts and queries.
Do we elect you?
He shakes his gigantic head back and forth, his mouth twisting into a smile. The concept of democracy seems alien to power.
The same way a river
Democracy in the
elects
chat.
the sea into which it flows.
Same way a river elects the sea into which it flows. A nice sentence, sounds like it belongs in Kingmakers. For a second it feels like his throne is made of whitewashed bones, crushed hopes, tears, sweat and blood.
You sense that we aspirations are much more than we appear. We give off an energy that is neither good nor bad. Harmony.
Like gods?
I'm trying to make sense of it all, trying to make it work in my head.
Gods are invented, and inventions can be killed. No. No.
A sedan-sized fist hammers the arm of his
We are
throne.
much more. Greater than gods. But our strength is limited to this place. We need a firm hand to restore our world.
And my world too, right? If I understood, we're connected. You need us humans. And we need you.
I'm very curious about how this conversation would have gone with Bliss instead of Power. The smile disappears from his face.
True. True. Use the Augural. Explore your future. Establish and assert your own will. Follow my path, and we can change the world. Our worlds. Because whatever is about to come, dear Harmony, even I cannot predict what it will be.
He raises his hand and snaps his fingers. The Sanctuary of Power. A A long road ahead. Whatever's brewing here, it's big. Bigger than my mother disappearing. I step closer to the heart of Reverie. Its blue flames don't seem to burn.
Hey, you still here?
Yep. I turn around. Bliss is standing in front of
Didn't
me.
mean to scare you. Sorry.
There's more to it than she's ready to share. I can sense it.
This is all... This is a lot. Are you real? Is any of this real? Or am I having some sort of waking nightmare?
First, thanks. Nightmare indeed. Second, it's very real, Sprout.
I just... need a minute.
It's okay. Really. We're really impressed by everything you've done so far. Soon, you'll be able to see even further on the Augural.
How far ahead?
Depends on your choices. On who you side with. On what happens.
She's uncomfortable.
I can tell you don't exactly trust me. Even if I can't read your mind anymore.
Let's be honest here.
You mentioned my mother. As soon as I stepped into all this, you knew. And you wanted me to find her. What's going on with her? Do you know Ursula?
Can aspirations breathe? Because if so, Bliss just took the biggest gulp of air.
Ursula was here before. In your shoes. In this place. Wearing this necklace.
We all guessed that.
And she tried to do everything you've been doing today, and
She failed.
she wasn't the right person. Why? I can't tell you directly.
For every mystery solved, 2 secrets are added.
Whatever happened, it broke us. It almost ruined Reverie. And we forgot. Our minds, our bodies were twisted and erased.
I turn away from Bliss. A minute. I just need a minute. Today's been a string of stolen minutes, wild concepts, shocking
We
discoveries.
need your help. And you need ours.
Cool. Don't know
There's
what
an
that is.
aspiration called truth.
Dope.
They know a lot. I mean, of course. If you could find a way to save
Truth
them,
looks sick.
it would mean the world to us.
That's me, because I only tell the truth.
I know it's unfair to ask you to go out there without any more information.
It'll be okay. I understand the stakes. And I'll do my best.
I only ever tell the truth, baby. And it sounds like a thing that, like, in Hollywood, you're like, yeah, me too. No one ever tells the truth. If there's one thing I've learned about humanity, everyone's lying to everyone. It's just little white lies, little covers, little, oh, I shouldn't say that because it'll make them not feel, and just, that's everyone. Everyone is lying to everyone. Everyone's only pretending to be their best version of themselves when they're sat in front of someone else. They're like, they probably want me to say this, or I should say that. Oh, they laughed at that. That means they like this. That's all people are doing. They're all lying to you. Everyone's always lying to you. Everyone's under a mask. Everyone's lying. Everyone is a liar except for me. I'm the only person on the entire planet that tells the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. And it means I have no friends or money. But it also means I look like that character. I need to get back to Nora, meet with Laszlo, search for my mother and find this truth. No time to lose. Select the past node to display an overview of its contents. The game is saved automatically after each node played. You can still restart a chapter from the start as long as it has not been completed. The option is available from the pause menu. I'm curious about what else is in there. The codex keeps flashing up. Nora, born June 9th, 2010. Oh, we're not that far in the future then. How old is she? Her grandfather, Laszlo Cesar, is her guardian and has raised her since her parents relinquished custody. Failed first several years of college, approached a fashion school on the continent for their international class, legal name changed at 18, seeing a speech therapist, contacted for monocons and health experiments. Ollie, born March 18th, 1988, graduated with a degree in programming, moved abroad to work in biotech as a data analyst. Daughter of Ursula Beauclair and Marco Ricci, raised by Ms. Beauclair. Seldom returns to Athena since leaving 8 years ago. Nothing of interest to report. Athena is the oldest inhabited city in the Mediterranean Sea. Is that real? It is now one of the most technologically advanced city-states in southern Europe, or is it created for the game? Located at the crossroads of many influential civilizations, Athena was destined for greatness. Thanks to monoconcern, and despite concern from bulky citizens, the island has been ushered into the 21st century with safer streets, new buildings, cheaper access to technology, and lower taxes. Athena is now a trailblazer among European capitals. Yeah, they got to have made it up. The date on the CCTV at the start was 2032. Oh, I wasn't looking at that. I don't know why. Monoconcern started as a humble piping company in the early 20th century. Keep dressing like that on piping. On 1 century later, it has grown from a water supply company to become the biggest company on Athena. Monoconcern now specializes in new technologies and offers a wide array of services: Trivids, drone deliveries, Medicaid, and much more. Job opportunities abound in the variety of areas, providing roughly half of Athena's population with a steady income and the promise of a bright future. But also, they're probably evil, right? Athena, Lazio in central Italy. It's real. Cool. The Naiads. Built in 1924 on a former Oxian site, the Naiads was once Alma's only public pool. With a structure loosely based on Oxian architecture, the Naiads was also meant to highlight Athena's cultural heritage. One of Alma's thriving gathering places, the Naiads was forced to shut down in the 80s when a city council fell into financial ruin. It remained empty for a decade until a successful local poetess, Mother, and other community members managed to buy it back from the city. They transformed it into a multi-unit building, welcoming all kinds of artists. That explains a lot about how it looks and all the doodling and everything. Just a bunch of artists living in a weird refurbished swimming pool commune. Bliss, the incarnation of primal dreams and childhood. Okay. And I'm going to be looking at this game as if they're my incarnations of my dreams of childhood and whatever. Bliss embodies the need for joy and protection. An eternally innocent child, Bliss is one of the oldest aspirations. Because I was a child before I was an adult. So that's why. Born from the earliest dreams of humankind, me. Born from the earliest dreams of me as a human. Bliss always needs more. More love, more laughter, more comfort, and more security. She despises any form of hierarchy and has barely contributed Reverie to development. Jesus Christ. Her fears can sometimes overwhelm her and cause disasters, like the huge earthquakes that divided Reverie's realms. Wow, she did that? Power. The mighty aspiration of willpower. See, that's the thing as well. I'm reading too much into it. Her fears can sometimes overwhelm her and cause natural disasters. That's that thing. Like when you get older and you want to just play PlayStation all day, you can't do it. And you end up having these like frustrating feelings where like all of your dreams, everything you wanted, the sacrificing things as an adult to have to survive causes internal tectonic plates to shift around, earthquakes. Power. The mighty aspiration of willpower, leadership, and strength protects Reverie at all costs. This game would fuck me up. If I play this all the way through when it comes out, which I might, but this is like, dude, the therapy I've been doing. The therapy I did was like so much of this, these parts of my subconscious that war, and we went through, I mean, you all know, it's not like I haven't explained it before, but when we were playing Disco Elysium, I had the same thing going on, where I have these parts of my brain that are like trying to find harmony between the different parts of my brain. The part of my brain that will protect me and comes up and is trying to just stop anything from harming me, versus the part of my brain that wants to change, and the part of my brain that wants to be open, and the part of my brain that wants all these different things. That's what the game is. I'm telling you, man. Someone did the same therapy I did last year and then made this game. Mark my words. The mighty sovereign yearns for structure and conquest and is among Reverie's most influential aspirations. Power has helped create lands in Reverie's infinity, building bridges and boundaries over its endless ebb of ideas. He values action over words and prides himself on being the most trustworthy of the aspirations. From the very beginning, he has fought the void surrounding dreams to expand Reverie's domain, and he has fought back many nightmares to protect it. It's like that thing, like you put on that cap, baby, and you go to work. You get up and you go to work and you do that's, and you pave bridges, you make it, you know, but it is not healthy to just be living like that for too long. Power's Stronghold. Unsurprisingly, Power's Stronghold is the grandest sanctuary in Reverie. It presides over many dreams and is said to extend deep into the ground of Reverie. Its stark obsidian slabs come from the darkest nightmares Power has managed to venture into. They serve as a reminder of his strength for everyone to see. The Stronghold has seen many wars and conquered many dreams, but it remains firmly rooted in the heart of Power's realm. Aspirations are incarnations of humanity's yearnings, desires, and intelligence. We immortal beings have watched humankind from afar, only able to intervene through dreams and aspirations. Turning them from internal pieces of yourself into external, omnipresent things is a really fucking fun take. But I'm telling you already, that's what this is. 100%. I don't. If you were like, no, this is just what the game is. It's gods. Get the hell out of here. We exist in this world, though we may be few. We are united. From time to time, we choose a new heart, a leader, a guide, and occasionally a despot. Our voices travel to Brittle, where we reshape destinies. It has been so since the dawn of humanity, and will always be so. Brittle is the material world. Brittle as well. Interesting that the real world is what they would refer to as brittle. Humanity's actions produce egregore, the liquid vital to our existence. Brittle is the world of matter, time, dimensions, and gravity. However, despite its limits, Brittle is also a land of movement and energy. Guided by the right hand, it can produce great things. We can visit it, but we can't be seen there. Guided by the right hand. Oh, got it. Oh, okay. Egregore is the texture of dreams and energy that flows freely between the worlds. At the very beginning, we were the four elements, still and separate. They needed Egregore to come together and merge. This luminous substance holds an infinite amount of possibilities. It is both everything and nothing at the same time. Invisible to the human eye, Egregore requires you to see past what is and see what could be. Yeah, dude, read that line again. That's the story. You know? You're not supposed to see everything for what it is in this. I think they all represent different parts of our subconscious. Hi, Valen, my lovely. But be warned, Egregore is a powerful elixir that is lethal in large quantities. Harmony. As the link between Reverie and Brittle, this oracle is chosen to walk a special path. Each age, a single harmony is born, bringing hope of change to our realm. Harmony is tasked with maintaining a balance between the two worlds. They ensure that Egregore flows to Reverie and help us aspirations extend our influence over Brittle. Infusing more dreams into human minds and maintaining this cycle is of the utmost importance. I wonder if that's just like staying alive, you know? Maybe. Hi, Ian. Also, I can't read anymore. Also, I've noticed that I say words differently and they come out of my mouth and I'm like, did I just say that like that on purpose, or is that my accent now? I don't have an accent anymore and it's really annoying. Power's Court. These innocuous fish are Power's messengers. Oh, right. They're like Odin's crows or ravens or whatever he has. Power's fish are his eyes and ears and have been known to fight before. Power's loyal... See, Lowell. That was just me unable to speak. Power's loyal allies since time immemorial. The fish are his messengers, spies, and soldiers. Their expressions are undecipherable. Are they listening to us or waiting for orders? We do not know. Terrifying. Reverie, an intangible realm where ideas and concepts become real. Our home, independent of time and space. Reverie has always been, but its existence is tenuous and depends on Brittle. Without Brittle's physicality, dreams would shatter and hopes would wither. All of Reverie gravitates around the heart, a pulsing orb made of textures of dreams. Our relationship with Brittle is symbiotic, our lives are connected. The necklace. A key to Reverie forged by a human with the help of an aspiration. This seemingly innocuous trinket acts as a portal between Brittle and Reverie. Some artifacts such as this necklace... I can't speak anymore. It's crazy. Hold a piece of Reverie within their material confines. Few exist and fewer are those able to wield their potential. Can't read anymore. Nevertheless, these artifacts will always find their way to the right person. Joe Biden. I'm Joe Biden. It's crazy, dude, how much I struggle to just read out loud. The Nexus. A place that belongs to all of us where our heart beats, pumping life into dreams. The Nexus is neutral ground where we aspirations gather to discuss important matters. The heart of Reverie was once kept in the chosen aspiration sanctuary, sparking much tension among us. Truth and Bond worked to create this neutral space to hold the heart and come together. Since sanctuaries are private and only open to those their owner allows inside. Yeah, what does that mean? Therapy? Okay. Stop drinking, I know, right? Where are we? We did this one? End of chapter. I wonder how many chapters are in the demo. Act overview. It appears when reaching the end of the chapter. The act is composed of several chapters having its own objectives. The act overview is a simplified version of all the chapters composing an act. This is the objective you just completed by helping Nora make a decision about the future. Oh, clicked the wrong button. An outcome represents the conclusion of great events of the future. They are unlocked by the crystals you collect throughout the chapters. At the end of a chapter, all the crystals you've collected are automatically transferred to the outcomes. Unlocking an outcome generally requires a large number of crystals. At the end of an act, you will have to pick an outcome. Okay. On the Augural, you can press RB at any time to access the act overview. Do not hesitate to check it regularly and see your progress towards the outcome you are aiming for. What was this, though? Okay, chapter 2. Familiar face, foreign emotion. This will trigger a revelation. Revelations unveil nodes still invisible to Polly on the Augural. See the links extending from the icon. They point to nodes that will be revealed. Oh my god. Right, okay. Revelations is very therapy. Dude, this is a therapy game. Love it. Therapy game. Seamer's Creek. I look up at the sky, the clouds floating by, obscuring the newly revealed stars. Familiar but unknowable, beautiful but ever-changing.
I came out here for like
Made me
2
jump
hours
so
last week.
badly, Nora. Christ. The jump scare. Didn't know it was a horror.
I believe it.
They suck you in, don't they? Especially when the sea's calm and you can see them reflected down there.
I look over at her neck, craned upwards, a half smile on her lips. She seems calmer, I'm glad.
All right. Time to rip off the bandage. Let's go see Laszlo.
I'll be at your side.
I know you will.
She lowers her gaze from the heavens to look me in the eye.
You haven't seen him the last few days? Full on denial. It's killing me to see him like this.
Sounds rough. But we'll find a way. Right? Even if we have to outdrink him with his own imported beers.
Second time they've referenced stages of grief. Stages of grief don't necessarily come in when someone goes missing, you know, which suggests that really she's not missing, she's dead, and this is an interpretation of like what Holly is going through.
They are so expensive. And I'm broke, just so you know.
We walk through the streets of our childhood, laughter bouncing off the old familiar walls. We chat as we go. We're sad that one store closed, amazed another has managed to stay open. We laugh, a godsend considering the circumstances. Also weird if you grow up and move away. When you go back to your hometown and walk around, it's a weird experience. It's like really familiar and foreign at the same time. It is a weird feeling, that feeling, whatever that's called. The further we walk, the worse the flickers get. Bond's Estuary. Bond. James Bond. Images of other places, impossible places, reverie. Birds flutter about my head, phasing in and out of reality, and a kindly voice calls my name. And then he's there in front of me.
Greetings. Oh, did I startle you?
Hello there.
Where am I?
What Mythomatic thinks he
Who
is in
are
his
you?
head.
Another aspiration.
Exactly. I'm Bond. My siblings keep forgetting about me. I'm not interrupting anything, am I?
No. No. I guess I'm getting used to it. I feel at home. Somehow.
Bonds and aspirations, you know? And he's also got this thing in his hands, like a binding.
Naturally. My
it's
path
making different
is one
shapes.
of community, friendship, and empathy.
And I bet they mean something
My
that we don't
mangrove
know.
forest is a place of warmth and safety. And I am an excellent host. The journey before you, Harmony, is one with many roads and even more destinations. I am here to guide you towards those that lead to understanding, not conflict.
I know this won't be as simple as that.
Oh, you mean your mother. I know you will find a way to see eye to eye with her.
See? She's processing through a difficult relationship she had with her mother and her understanding of what that relationship was. Fat chance, but sure, let's pretend that that's even remotely possible. Me at the beginning of every session of therapy, and by the end of it I'm crying and I've had a revelation and I've changed permanently forever.
I don't wish to keep you. Before you go, I have but one piece of advice. Remain mindful of others. Then your journey may be one of discovery, not destruction.
Laszlo's bar. Cool. Before I can reply to this newest aspiration, I blink and I'm back on a team.
Turns out he wasn't even talking to me. Can you believe it? What an idiot. Well, we're here.
She's right, Laszlo's bar. I give her a reassuring nudge and we head to the counter. The place hasn't changed at all, except it's a little messier. A lot messier, in fact, but the rest, the ramshackle seating, the sticky counter, the rumble of the tram line overhead, this place always felt like a second home to me. And there, tending the bar...
Polly! You're here. I'm so glad you're finally here.
Laszlo. He leaves the counter and comes over before I can react. He's grabbed me in a bear hug. My phone jams up into my ribs and I force a smile.
My word, it's good to see you, Polly.
Written by a woman, this game, right? Surely.
You look like a strong breeze would knock you over. Are you eating? Here, look, I've got snacks behind the bar.
Nora rolls her eyes. She wasn't wrong. His smile is too wide, his voice a bit too loud. Laszlo's a jolly fellow, but this is a bit too jolly for the situation. Why? Overcompensating because he's freaking out. Several objective nodes have been revealed. It'll be impossible to gather the crystals required to complete both objectives. You'll have to make a decision. Will you follow Bliss's path or Bond's instead? Fuck. Ask Nora about Laszlo. Bond. A family tree is a fragile thing. Be careful how you handle it, Harmony. Hold off for now. Bliss. You haven't seen each other for ages. Take it easy. Serious stuff can wait. I'm not one to be very careful about my family tree. I have 3 family members in total, and I don't really see them that much, so I guess we'll go with Bliss. Laszlo buzzles off. Laszlo buzzles off. Grab some money snacks, and I return in the place. I'm drunk, apparently. It really is exactly the same, minus the extra mess. I can only see one thing that's really changed, the photo of Ursula that used to hang behind the bar. It's gone.
Here we go, a Polly special on the house.
He's brought over an armful of snacks and drinks, including several of my favourite brands, Atina Made and Spicy.
Ooh. right down memory lane.
Wait, I forgot something. Don't move.
I feel like the music's still a bit loud, right? You have to tell me, because there's something wrong with my my stuff at the moment. What the hell did I just do? Oh. No. Did I fuck up? What did I do? No. How do I get back? How do I go back? Was that the end? Oh, that was the end. I thought I screwed it up. With Laszlo fussing about behind the counter, Nora smiles and goes over to chat with some regulars. There are a few faces I recognize, names bubbling up from the fog of forgotten memory. Laszlo's friends. They look older, shrunken almost. Snippets of conversation drift my way. He's not been the same these last few days. What's wrong with him? I turn my head away, I don't need to hear anymore. They're worried too. I need to do something. Okay. Do I? This is an inevitable node. You have no choice but to play this type of node when it becomes available. Alright. I try to strike up a conversation with him, but he immediately launches into a discussion of Alma's politics and the price of importing beer. I let him do the talking. It feels good to hear him talk about mundane things.
Did Nora tell you about the storm a while back?
I've seen pictures. How bad was it?
Bit of flooding around the island, but the walls held and the roof barely leaked at home. Nora helped board up the bar. We had a good laugh at all the drowned drones the next day. Spotted some MK folks trying to scoop them up before they floated out to sea.
Competitive drone fishing.
He smiles and his face relaxes somehow.
The sport where nobody wins.
And now what? I have to pick one? Bond, Bliss. We have to go the Bliss route, no? We need 2 Bliss crystals. Right, or 2 blonde. A lot blonde. My god. Oh, there's Bliss in each one. A helping hand. Laszlo needs support even if he won't admit it. Why don't you show him the way? Take him for a walk. If he's too shy to talk in front of Nora, you should give him some privacy. Oh, do you think that's what it is? Take him for a walk. Like a dog. Hi, Kyria. This is going to be tough. Laszlo is open and generous, but when it comes to his feelings, not so much. It could be hard to get through to him. I wait until he's busy with the customer to talk to Nora.
Okay, I've got a plan.
Tell me.
His friends are here. You're here. There's no way I'm getting him to open up in this place.
But if you took him on a little walk somewhere...
Exactly.
I knew there was a reason we called you back. Polly and her brilliant ideas.
She leans over the bar and grabs a soda, popping it open and hoisting it in cheers.
Good luck.
Laszlo's hands, wrapped in a rag, smooth the fabric around and around inside the pint glass. I thought he was fixing snacks. I touch him gently and he flinches. Pain and turmoil flash across his face, but then he catches himself and the plastic smile returns.
Come on. Let's take a walk.
Oh, this is her grandfather, but he was, I'm guessing, what is he, my stepdad? Is that what, that's why she calls her a sister?
What do you mean? You just got here. And the bar.
Nora can watch the bar for a few minutes. Come on. Just around the block. I want to see how it's changed.
He stares glassy-eyed into space before returning to the here and now, nodding. He ever so gently places the glass on the counter. A few moments later, we're strolling arm in arm. I can feel the tension in his grip and his stride. But I can get through to him, I know I can. The X icon means that the node will trigger a revocation. It will block access to other nodes forever. Select a node with a revocation to see nodes that will be blocked. Right, oh I see. This will block the ability to get another bliss crystal. So we have to do this one. Ask him about Nora. The way he acts around her tells me there's more going on than meets the eye. Be gentle. Ask him how he feels. A bold move since he hates talking about his feelings, but time's up. Well, let's hit him with it. We wander a while longer. Neither of us says a word. But enough is enough. I decide a bold move is the right one.
How are you, Laszlo? With everything?
Oh, you know. It is what it is.
He beams an uncanny megawatt smile.
I came here such a long time ago. I sometimes forget how complicated life was before.
We slow and stop. He unhooks his arm from mine. The scene below is beautiful. The rising moon floating above a motionless sea.
On a Tina, it sometimes feels like you could just go for a swim and let your problems dissolve in the ocean.
I know the feeling.
I know you do. You're from this place, after all.
Did it work, though? Oh, man. Warn him about denial. Seems like a terrible way to go. Bliss. He's got a lot on his mind. Don't force it. I mean, this is the only one we have the option to do, so let's see how it goes. We stare out across the water, not moving, hardly breathing. The air is surprisingly still, but the smells of the approaching night wash over us. Lamb, spices, cigarettes.
How are you? Really?
He sighs, a deep exhalation tinged with sleepless nights and fear. When it's done, he stands unmoving, head cocked to the sky. Just as I'm about to ask again, he relents.
Honestly, Polly, I'm relieved.
That's not what I was expecting.
Sounds terrible, doesn't it? I knew something was up. She was acting strangely at home. Like when you were young. Not enough for me to say anything. You know how she gets. But different. Something was definitely coming.
He smiles weakly. That's all I'm getting for now, but it's enough. He takes my arm again and we head back to the bar. Did she know? Is that what he said? Not what I wanted to do. I'm relieved. I knew something was up. She was acting strangely like when we were young. Not enough for me to say anything, but different. Something was definitely coming. Maybe that's the game trying to cover the fact that she died of something. Maybe she isn't dead, I don't know. Night has fallen. The place is almost empty, apart from Laszlo's friends and a phone browsing Nora. A lot of texts. I'm curious, but it's not my place to investigate, at least not now.
It has been a day.
Oh, yes. Yes, it has. This part of the stream is when the sun starts setting outside and it starts getting impossible to see me. And it's the worst, because I have to keep an eye on the camera.
Definitely a day.
Tomorrow's creeping up on us already.
He nods his head at me, but this time it's genuine. There's a faint sparkle in his eyes. The colour palette's amazing. Dude, the art in it is wicked. It's really well done. I wonder if the person who did it is an artist, you know? Or something, I don't know. His armour isn't gone, but the strap's something. Now, we can't do this one. We have to do this one. Bliss. We went with Bliss instead of Bond. By the time the last of the regulars shuffle off, I'm about ready to collapse onto the very cobbles below me. Nora hefts the remaining chairs up and into the storage locker. I make a token effort, but I'm exhausted, more hindrance than help. When we're done, Laszlo reaches up to close the shutter and freezes. He turns, looks Nora dead in the eye.
Nora, sweetheart,
Takes a step towards her.
I'm so sorry. We're broke. Flat broke. The Naiads. We've run out of track. I don't know what else to do.
Run out.
Money's tight, Polly. Very tight. I can't keep that from you any longer. And now that
Now she's disappeared, I don't know what to do. And I'm scared.
Nora takes a moment to absorb the information, a multitude of emotions flashing across her face. Then, without saying a word, she crosses to her grandfather and the two embrace. There's no crying, no words, just two people alone against the world. No, not two, not anymore. 3. Consequences. Yeah, the consequences for that was I got 5 more things. Because of the choices you made when dealing with Laszlo, you made great progress towards an outcome. Yeah, right, okay. You've chosen the path laid out before you by an aspiration, but the future might still be in your hands. Outcomes have greater consequences than objectives. Will you stay on the same path, or would you rather change the course of the future? Right, I mean, there's the bliss option, or this is bond and power. Generally, I feel like we would be going down the power route, but we'll see how it works out. The Baywatch house that they lived in. A new day dawns. Only old people will even have a hope of. A new day dawns. Consciousness returns slowly, and I open my eyes. They feel like hot marbles rolling in their sockets. Yesterday was more intense than I'd imagined. Reconnecting with Laszlo took an emotional toll I'm not sure either of us was ready for. Check the clock. Past 10. Late. 5 more minutes won't hurt. But as my eyes close, there's a flicker, and I'm back in Reverie. I open them, and I'm at home in bed. This is becoming intolerable. I wait a few minutes to see if the sensation returns, but it leaves me be for now. Time to get up. What is in those jars?
Are you sure you saw it in here?
Yes, it was by the sink. I was listening to my podcast.
Researching about the Oxyons, are you?
I'm sure there's a connection between them and Ursula and... Oh! Morning, sleepyhead.
The Oxyon! Femore, thank you for the 53 months, my friend. I'm getting sleepy because I need food really badly. I'm trying to put it off though. I've got to get back on the intermittent fasting. I've been eating too much. Any more butts? It looks like the two of them have been up for a while. For Laszlo, that's not a surprise, but Nora's usually a night owl. Breakfast is all laid out. Banana crepes, hazelnut and sesame paste, fresh mango, my favourites.
How are you two this awake already?
Hazelnut and sesame paste.
Already? It's nearly lunch.
Grandpa, tell her!
Tell me what?
No, you do it.
We have a lead! On Ursula.
Uh-huh. Consequences of objectives. The next node's barrier was removed after you reached last chapter's objective. The other is forever inaccessible to you. You might not see the consequence of an objective node until much later in the story. Alright. Is this the one we're on? No. Someone in the crowd. Bond. Reaching out might be helpful next time. I can show you the way. Laszlo spoke openly about Ursula's disappearance. Gained 1 Bond crystal. Sharing secrets. Hit the guidi. Power, it may not seem like much, but Laszlo and Nora have been doing research together all morning. Jesus. The ability to speak. Laszlo talked to Nora about their financial situation. So, what am I looking at here? I'll go with this one. I'd rather have a power crystal, I think. It takes a few seconds for my mind to adjust to what I just heard. Laszlo, Nora and I stayed up late chatting, just the three of us, and here I am feeling hungover after only a few drinks. Oh, to be 20 again. Yeah.
I just remembered something. A girl who used to come here often before Ursula disappeared.
Truth.
She came to meet with Ursula. Several times, in fact. I asked who she was, and your mother said she was a journalist, interested in publishing some of her poems.
Which is weird. Nobody publishes poetry nowadays.
I have to admit that Ursula hasn't sold a single text in decades.
Poetry's dead, I guess.
Anyway, I didn't push it. Assumed your mother would tell me the truth when she was ready. But then
Then she disappeared off the face of the earth.
I mentioned her to Nora, but
I don't follow the magazines around here. Not a big reader, unfortunately. But something about her sounded familiar, you know? Grandpa actually gave a pretty detailed description.
she's pretty memorable.
At first, I was a bit puzzled, and then I remembered who it might be. Jade.
Okay.
Jade. Jade Galea?
I'm a little behind on Atenan politics, Nora.
Okay, fine. She's quite famous around here. She's organized a lot of protests.
Something is shining in her eyes, a sense of joy, excitement. Not sure exactly what, but it's nice to see.
I follow her on all the socials. We've never talked as such, but we have a bunch of mutuals. I sent her a message this morning, but no reply. But my friends, her friends, they'll know where she is, for sure.
She's also the editor of a local magazine, probably where she was going to publish the poems. There's only one printer like that on Athena. The rest is controlled by MK. We could check there, see if they know where we could find her.
We've got options. That's a good start. A really good start. Okay. Causality. The lock symbol indicates the node is locked. You need to reach the key that opens it. Seek for key icons on the augural. Select the node you want to play to find its key on the augural. Okay. It's showing me that its key is this one. Right. That requires one power crystal to access, so I have to go this way. The printing rooms. What is those jars? Honey? What is it? It's like those old moonshine bowls. Our business contacts are more likely to have forwarding addresses and such. I decided to focus on the other lady.
Let's check the printers.
All right, I'll get my keys and we'll head out.
Let's go.
The place isn't far. It's a ramshackle house that, for all intents and purposes, appears to be abandoned. Still, when we rap on the door, someone opens up. Someone who is most certainly not happy to see us. She looks to be about my age. As soon as Laszlo mentions Jade, she jams a finger to her lips and points it to the sky. Several drones hover above the street, searching for something or just on patrol. Why are they pigs? Why is it an evil-looking pig? Nora and I nod, big pigs in the chat, and stroll a little way down the street. As soon as the drones move on, Laszlo disappears inside.
Any idea what this Jade might have wanted with Ursula?
Is that suspicion I detect?
Come on. It's a little weird, right? A stranger at the Naiads, a journalist of all things, and then my mother disappears.
If it were anyone else, yeah, sus. But this is Jade. She's got to be the most active activist on the island. Plus, she has, like, moral scruples.
Does she want to fuck Jade? Is that what's happening? Is that what this is? Is it me or is Nora acting like Jade's #1 fan?
I've got a good feeling about this. About Jade. If we find her, she'll help if she can.
Who doesn't want to fuck
I know
Jade?
it.
Well, let's find out. Laszlo emerges from the house, strides over, a big grin on his face. A big grin on his face. I mean, it's Jade. This one requires me to have a power crystal. Laszlo has more information about Jade. Ask about the printing room. Nora and Laszlo told you about the threat this company has, and it is a reveal thing. This one costs me a power crystal, which I have one of. You can't see it, but they're up in this corner here. But I also kind of want power crystals for the end of the act stuff. Do we get enough of them? Probably not. Reveals a node further along. Let's do it. Let's spend the crystal. This all feels a little clandestine, almost cloak and dagger stuff.
What was up with the stealth tactics? Isn't that place just a print shop?
Yes and no.
Very insightful.
Print's the only way to stay off grid these days. Anything online is monitored by MK.
Even text messages. Regular at the bar sent one to his friend, joking about bombing the station if his train was late. Same evening, couple of goons dragged him off for interrogation. 17 hours they kept him.
No. Surely that's illegal.
It's the mods after today's changes.
Sure, if you don't own the police, what's left of the police.
MK could shut that place down right now if they even suspected they were printing inappropriate material. I don't think there's anything more inappropriate than Jade's stuff. Just last month, she had a big piece on the water networks. How MK was planning on dumping raw sewage where it contaminates the supply and adding a surcharge to clean it. It was all over the socials. MK dropped the whole thing. All because of Jade.
Impressive. But I'm realizing that I'm absolutely out of the loop about Atina. Whatever's happening here never reached my ears.
I remember that story. But they caught the guy and fired him, right?
Jade's been proving that MK's using scapegoats to make it look like they're improving. The culprit goes live, apologizes, cries, and nothing changes.
That's a fucked up system.
Laszlo keeps throwing glances at the print shop and shifting on his feet. Then he points to a direction above my shoulder.
So, we're going this way.
Where to?
The skate park. That's where Jade is going to be.
Nora and I stop.
You know where she is?
Yeah. The owner told me. I smiled, and she gave me the info.
Laszlo, you devil. Consequence is key. For the locked thing. We're walking through the streets. Laszlo's in front, a smile on his face. Nora and I are behind, trying to keep up with him.
Did the owner know what Jade was working on? Might have something to do with why she was talking to Ursula.
She said, far as she could tell, Jade was on a big MK investigation. Something to do with a public health program?
Nora almost shudders.
Nothing that could go wrong there.
Doesn't sound like anything Ursula would have a hand in.
I can sense something surrounding us, like a warm blanket. Oh, blanket. Yeah, a blanket. Is one of the aspirations trying to reach me? My brain's shutting down at a geometric rate right now for some reason. But as I try to focus on it, it disappears. The truth, isn't it? Is it the truth? As we're getting closer to the truth? That's fun, if it is. Alright, here we go. Like, the truth aspiration is what's getting close to us, and also the truth because we're uncovering the truth. There's a shared charge between us, unconscious but evident. Each of us looking over our shoulders, more checking the skies for drones or our surroundings for eavesdroppers, like a spy. My name is Michael Weston. I used to be a spy on my own island.
Doesn't surprise me that your mother might be involved in something to do with that bloody company.
No, me neither. Remember those papers she wrote when I was a kid? MK didn't like those at all.
Ursula was protesting MK.
Not directly. Her work was all about ancient history, historical accounts, Oxyon stuff. MK didn't like any of that. But it was a very different beast back then.
Either way, she was no fan of Monoconzern, or what it was doing to Atina. Her and Jade teaming up to take them down. Yeah, I can see that.
But without telling us? Your mother is a secretive person, sure, but she would have said something.
Unless she thought that they would pick them up too, you know? Like MK has arrested her or whatever, and she was worried that if everyone who knows is going to get picked up, so she wouldn't say anything. I turned to Nora, she looks like she agrees. Alright, Power. It may be risky, but it could work. Consequences. Lose a power crystal, lose a bond crystal. Somehow I didn't lose my power crystal for this other one. But the consequences is lose a power and lose a bond. But I only have one power anyway. Nodes can also make you lose crystals when you reach them. This node will make you lose one bond and one crystal power. Ah, cool. We head to the skate park. The streets are quieter now with rush hour long since over. A stray dog trots alongside us for a moment, sniffs my hand, then wanders off. I would have kept that dog forever. Jade is a long shot, but she's our only shot. Besides, Laszlo claims he has a plan.
Alright, out with it then.
Posters.
Posters. Of Ursula.
Exactly.
There she is. She looks like, what's it from the thing?
Look,
Yep.
your mother may not be the best known woman on this island, but she has connections. Hell, the Naiads is basically a community center, and everyone at the bar knows her. We get her face up everywhere, tell people to contact us. We're bound to get something back.
Nora and I share a glance. This feels good. It could
And
work.
if we do find this Jade, well, we could run an ad in that magazine of hers.
Use her network to spread the word even further.
Exactly.
That sounds like a pretty good way to piss off MK.
Yeah. But Jade's our best chance. If we get close to her, we get closer to MK as well.
The more we learn, the more Ursula's disappearance becomes shrouded in mystery. Was it really the result of politics? Did she get herself into something she couldn't get out of? And is creating a public scandal really the best way to find our answers? Hell yeah, dude. Local poet disappears, MK does nothing. They won't say or do anything, they're already getting away with much, much
Eyes
worse.
on the prize. You're getting closer, right? You're making moves.
Bro, chaos. It's the way. Chaos is a ladder. Yes, maybe Nora and Laszlo are right. Maybe this will work out.
That momentum going. Reverie still needs you.
Bliss suddenly becomes absorbed in her handheld console, focused on mashing two specific buttons as fast as possible. She's playing Metal Gear Solid 1. This glimpse of her undivided concentration is impressive, but it doesn't seem to be going as she planned.
No! Ugh. Can you try to wrap it up before I rage quit this game?
Bliss must know that I can't answer right now.
Also, you didn't hear this from me, but Power's getting all ceremonial about the truth situation.
I'd like to ask what that means, but I can't, and anyway, she's already gone. Right, so, Jade. When we get to the skate park, how should we approach her? Okay. Try to befriend Jade. Keep it straightforward. Alright, the options are... This blocks off... What? That. Which blocks off the power route. We're trying to chase the power route. That's probably going to give us 5 extra powers. Let's just do it based on what the options are here. Try to befriend Jade or keep it straightforward. What would I do? I don't really try and befriend people. keep it straightforward. Didn't Leah cosplay as this person? Yeah, it does look a bit like what's it from Valorant, doesn't it? Whatever her name is, I can't remember. We arrive at the skate park and my heart sinks. It's deserted, not a single soul in sight. I'm about to suggest we come back later when I hear a squeak from Nora. It's Jade, emerging from behind a half pipe. She's a stranger to me, but there's no mistaking that posture. She looks exhausted. Simple and to the point, that's the way to do this.
Jade?
The young woman's guard is immediately up. No doubt she's used to being recognized and suspicious.
Can I help you?
Dressed like Bulma.
This is Nora and Laszlo. I'm Polly, Ursula's daughter. From the Naiads. My mother is missing, and we were wondering if you could help us.
Even has the Bulma Dragon Ball Scout thing that finds Dragon Balls. The young woman says nothing. Her face is shut down. Is this shock?
We know you visited her a few times at home before she disappeared.
Or she could be assessing us, trying to judge whether or not we're for real.
We were just wondering if you could tell us what you talked about. If it involved Monokonzan at all.
Jade remains silent. Suddenly she turns her head and looks me straight in the eye.
When did she disappear exactly? What was she like the day before? Was she acting strange?
This isn't the passionate Jade I've heard about. She feels cold, analytical. The opposite of the energetic, driven fire starter I'd imagined.
Look, I'm sorry to press you on this. I really am, but we really need to know if you two were planning anything beyond the poetry.
She moves closer and is still not answering.
Who's the last person who saw her?
For a moment, I don't know what to do. She must be asking these questions for a reason, same as us. Perhaps I need to listen to her, hear her out. Alright, here we go. Blocked inevitable nodes. An inevitable node is only active when all its conditions are cleared. This one will only activate if you collect a bliss crystal. Oh, Jesus. Well, how do I do that? Have one bliss crystal. It must be played, and you gain a bond crystal. I'm not bothered about bond crystal though. That's how you gain one bliss crystal. Alright. Interrupt Jade. Power. Laszlo will do it politely enough. Answer Jade's questions. Wait, she must have a reason for doing this. You know what I hate? When you ask a question and someone doesn't answer it, or when you ask a question and they answer it with an answer. Even though I probably do it all the time. I'm a hypocrite. Jade's firing a non-stop barrage of questions at me. It's overwhelming. I can't even listen as they fly past. I don't know what to do. I feel panic gathering below my stomach.
Pardon me, Miss Jade. I'm wondering if you could, pause the questions for a moment?
Yeah.
Please?
Yeah. Oh, Laszlo. Thank goodness for Laszlo. Jade falls silent. She takes a step back, arms still folded high across her chest. Not hostile, but not open either.
We'd be more than happy to talk to you, but we need some context first. For example, were you interviewing Ursula at the Naiads?
Yes, I can tell you that much, I guess.
Okay. Ha, great. Now we're getting somewhere. We were really wondering if you could help us spread the word through your magazine. Get the word out that she's missing.
I'm sorry, Laszlo, was it? I really don't think that's a good idea.
I'm inclined to agree with Jade. Making lots of noise about the whole situation is a recipe for attention from MK. Attention we absolutely do not want. Nora's suspiciously quiet, her face turned down and frowning. As I suspected, she's disappointed with the real Jade's behaviour and the disparities between person and persona, everyone who meets me in real life.
We know you're busy. We've seen your stuff. The anti-MK stuff. We're on board with that. Believe us. And we know how hard it must be. Fighting the good fight. But if you can spare us even a little time to help us find my mother, well, it would mean a lot. To all of us.
The exhaustion radiating from the young woman before us is becoming increasingly apparent. Is she just being like harassed by the corporation? Her shoulders sag and she lifts her palms to her brow, rubbing life back into her face. She almost looks ashamed.
What did you have in mind?
Take the lead or trust Jade. This one's locked. Are they both locked? What's happening here? Yeah, this one's unlocked. Power, enough. Don't let her trample all over you. Take the lead or wait until she's done. Yeah, we have to go this way. I decided to go first to focus on my goal.
We really need to know why you were talking to Ursula. She told us you were interested in publishing her poetry, but given all that's happened, well, I don't think that's the half of it.
I catch Nora glancing over, eyes burning. Did I overstep the mark? Was she about to question our new friend here?
Fine. I was doing another investigation into MK, and Ursula was helping. We believe the company was dipping its toes into medical care, or a public health program. A couple of neighborhood kids said an MK agent had offered them coupons and free samples. Said it was to test a new product line. They call it egregore. They claimed...
It is Final Fantasy VII. This company has managed to tap into the fucking live stream. They're pulling egregore from the Reverie, and that's the problem. That's what's killing it. That's cool.
It was going to help them with exams, stress, clarity of mind and all that.
I'm stupid. It was so obvious as well. Clarity of mind egregore? That feels like something out of Reverie, honestly. But how?
That's all I know.
I know why she turned to Ursula.
Wait. You contacted my mother because of her work on the Oxyons, on the history of Athena, right?
I only stumbled across them by chance. Sounds like MK tried to have them burned. But a few copies survived. They were the only other references to egregore I've ever found.
So MK knew about Ursula all along. Are they the reason she disappeared? I mean, yeah, 100%. Right. I can't do that without getting a bliss crystal. This will give me 2 bliss crystals that will then make me have to do this and then probably continue up through that. So away we go then. Jade seems more engaged now, her body language less hostile, expression more responsive. I let her speak.
I'm not one for betting, but if I were, I'd bet this whole island that MK has their fingers in this pie.
Maybe you could... Nora said you had a huge following. Online?
Did she?
Nora's enjoying this, I can tell.
Well, I wouldn't say huge. Sizable, though, yeah.
Me, talking to women. My profile, my dating profile.
Could you put the word out? Through the networks? Someone might know something. Might have seen something. My mother wasn't exactly an unknown quantity in Alma. Maybe someone saw her leave?
Jade immediately looks away, refusing to meet any of our eyes.
Well, that's tricky, isn't it?
It is?
Yeah, those networks. They're the lifeblood of Athena's resistance. If I go making them a fact-finding posse, well, MK's gonna shut that down quick as you like.
That's an excuse. She doesn't want to get involved. Or maybe she's already involved. Approve Laszlo's plan. Have 1 power crystal, gain 2. Bliss. You won't talk now. Keep trying to push your own agenda. You didn't give him a chance to fully explain himself. He won't talk now. Yeah. Laszlo. Laszlo's killing it. We can't do Laszlo's plan. Have 1, lose 1 bliss. I have 1. Why can't I do it? Can't do either. Oh, I have to do this, don't I? Right, of course. From the corner of my eye, I can see Nora standing frozen, her usual electric fidgeting stilled. Jade's up close now, arms crossed, straight backed, every bit the investigative journalist. This isn't the badass Nora expected. As Jade continues to hammer questions at us, I see Nora's shoulders set, her face turned down. She's not just disappointed, she's getting defensive. I don't really blame her, but this is a delicate conversation. Can we risk her getting on edge? Okay. On. Nora's being clumsy, but all she wants is to connect with Jade. Nora strides forward.
Enough, alright, enough! We've been going out of our minds with worry for days. We heard you might be the sort of person who'd want to help. Help when people are lost, but you're just digging for details? Is the story all you care about? We don't need that. Come on, Paul. If she's not gonna help us, we'll find someone who will.
Jade's a stranger to us and a journalist to boot. A hardened shell is practically a job requirement. But Nora's words have caught her off guard. She steps back, arms hanging loose at her sides. Nora losing her cool. Let Nora speak. Bond, you may want to respect emotions that she's feeling. Bliss, no, don't let her upset Jade. Hey, who gives a fuck about Jade? Bond. We're going with the Bond, bro. I'm a Labrador, dude. I will fucking defend people to death. It's clear Nora has more to say, so I keep quiet. We've all been through the ringer of late. This might help her relieve some pressure.
I knew I shouldn't have gotten so hyped. But who you are, what you do, you seem to be doing so much good around here. I really don't have words for it, so I thought... But I understand. I'm in no position to ask for more. Let's go.
Nora.
Jade's eyes have misted over. There are tears there welling up at the edges.
Oh, shit. I didn't mean to... Oh, hell,
It's okay. It is. Don't worry about it.
The hard edges evaporate almost completely. Jade wipes her eyes, then her nose.
The last few days, they've been a lot. Like, a lot. The last few months even. Harder than anything I could ever imagine.
She looks up, trying to force her tears back down. Yeah, she's being harassed. What do you think? Bond, Nora gave you an opportunity to learn more about Jade. Have 3 Bond crystals, but you lose 2 bliss. Jade's confession. Wait, what was this one? Have 3, so I can't do this one. Jade offers help. Bliss. Oh wow, Nora was right. Confrontation was the right way to get through to Jade. Bond, Nora gave you an opportunity to learn more. So this is have 3 Bond crystals and you lose 2. Alternatively, approve Laszlo's plan. Power. You didn't give him a chance to explain himself. Have 1, lose 1 bliss, gain 2 power. She won't talk now. Keep pushing your own agenda. I'm going with Laszlo's plan. Can't do it. Oh, I have to do one of these and then that. So how do you get to this one then? You have to avoid getting a bliss. I don't know how that's possible. Okay, well, in that case, got to do one of these inevitable ones. I can only do this.
I'm sorry. Really. That was rude of me. Not my intention.
No, please. It's all right. Really.
I've spent the last weeks, months actually, digging into MK's plan for this place, and I just can't take it anymore. They own everything. The systems, the records, the security. They roll over the vulnerable and suck up every resource they can. It's heinous. It's unfair, and I can't do anything to stop it. And no one gives a shit. Feels like it's just me out here sometimes, you know?
Her voice is tired, her gaze evades ours, even her hand gestures are weary.
And I know that's not true, but it feels like it. I have people with me, sure. Friends, comrades, but it never stops. Now Ursula and... Yeah, it's all gotten a little much.
I'm sorry too.
For a moment I wonder if Nora might hug Jade, near stranger or not. From the way her arms lift, it looks like she wants to.
Guess I didn't realize I was so angry about everything. I think I'd feel the same in your shoes.
Jade actually smiles.
Thanks. It's just like...
The smile goes away after a second.
I'd like to help if I can. I don't know if I'm good for anything at the moment.
Burnout's a hell of a thing.
Yeah, you could say that.
They've fallen in love. So now what? Can I do this now? No. Alright, so we have one of these 3. Keep it a secret. Have 3 bliss crystals. Can't do that. Have 3 bonds. Have 3 powers. I don't know how to do it other than the bond one. Persuade Jade to network. You gain 10 bond crystals. Jade's mouth tightens. She's made a decision.
All right. I'll hit up my network.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It's still risky, but it's not like shouting the search from the rooftops. No offense.
None taken.
If MK Cotton's on, we've got a better chance of containing it if we know who knows what. It's our best option. For sure.
He looks at Nora and smiles warmly. Nora smiles back. Sounds like we have a plan. Sounds like we have a plan. We're going to use Facebook. As it turns out, Jade lives near the Naiad, so we agreed to walk back together. The first time I noticed what a beautiful day it is. The sun warming my skin, the breeze flicking at loose strands of my hair. We meander through Alma, the 4 of us. It feels almost tranquil.
It's not easy for someone to go missing on this island. Everyone knows everyone and everything. Alma's a small world. A tight-knit community. You'll find her. Problem is, you've got MK between where you are now and where you want to be. No way you're avoiding a tussle.
When I left Atina, Monica's on-zone was background noise, just a detail in our lives. Now they're a juggernaut, unchallenged, inescapable. I've realized I'm angry. Resentment burns in me each and every time I hear that name. We turn a corner and the Naiads floats into view. Nora crosses the path to walk alongside
I
Jade.
didn't mention it before, but I think I was approached by those MK goons you mentioned, the public health project guys.
Shit. Egregore and everything.
Yeah.
Was this the job she told me about?
Listen, you didn't ask for it, but here's my advice. You see them coming again? You run. Or tell them to fuck off, or scream at them, or whatever. But do not take their money, Nora. I'm serious.
No, yeah, I wasn't going to.
I've heard rumors. People who came back the very opposite of healthy, and ones who never came back at all.
There have been other disappearances?
Hard to tell. People go missing all the time. Especially the ones society pushes to its edge.
I can tell Jade's trying to sound reasonable, but she's had to deal with so much.
Sometimes they just move on. Change cities. There are rarely any records. But recently, a lot more people than normal have gone away. And most haven't come back.
But the ones who did come back?
Said they were given this egregore stuff. Pills or injections. And that was it. Some got sick, others were fine. But no clarity of mind business.
Would this be the moment to tell the truth? No, not yet. Reverie is my burden to bear for now. And how do I bring up the aspirations without sounding like I'm having a stroke?
And bear that burden you shall. You must.
See, he's coming up. I try to ignore Power's voice, but I don't want to start acting weird and lose what little trust we've built with Jade. Not far now, Jade gives us a nod and wave as she heads into her building. As we turn to leave, Bliss appears alongside me. I smile at Nora and Laszlo as we walk along in companionable silence, and Bliss laughs.
Someone's been busy. Well, guess what? We've been busy too. You're not the only bunch investigating. Bond and Power and I have news.
Truth still clings to life. But they are beyond our reach alone. Even our own ties have been severed. But we are close. So very close.
What is that when he's speaking in the background?
Our
There's a
world
weird
does not
noise.
cease to be when you are not viewing it. It is imperative that you stabilize your home front quickly so that you may assist us in Reverie. Do whatever you must.
I'm
We
trying.
know. So, here's the plan. We can clear the way to Truth Sanctuary, but after that, we'll have to summon you. Be ready.
End of chapter. Choosing an outcome. You've reached the end of the act. It's time for you to choose an outcome. I can only pick one. This one. What choice do I have? Truth's buried temple. The truth is always buried. Until it's not. Bond is here, so is Power.
Welcome to the domain of truth.
Someone worked hard to keep us from entering. But together, Power and I, we found a way inside.
Come, Let's get this over with.
I'm surprised to find a cave, cold and damp. It's not at all where I imagined the aspiration of truth would reside. Well, this is the truth of it though, isn't it? Our buildings and everything are all built. They're not real. The cold reality of truth is just a cave and the ground. Empty walls, clear water, and unfillable void. It could be how they picture fact and accuracy, cold and solid. Bond and Power survey our surroundings. Their eyes are alert, but they seem relieved.
There.
I see truth in the center. They're broken, shattered. I move closer, my footsteps echoing in the void without dying entirely. Even sound can't hide
Come,
in here.
Power. Let us proceed.
Agreed.
To my surprise, the two of them join hands. Bond begins to sway to a beat I can't hear. Power joins a moment later. Soon the sway has become a foot-pounding, heart-shaking dance. Do I hear drums in the distance? The dance quickens, the movement of limbs blurring until the two aspirations are almost indistinguishable from each other. The drums grow louder, joined by a chant that seems to come from the empty air just over my shoulder. Egregore picks up the broken shards of truth in a kaleidoscope whirlwind of color and ebb and
It's
substance.
working. Keep your distance. This may be...
A new sound emerges, a low vibration, a hum coming from the statue itself. Me, before every stream. Oh, is Truth Mum? Am I crazy? Missing page. No, it's just... Who's that? Silence reigns in the cave. The new figure stands before me, regarding me with cool eyes. I hope Bliss was right, that they know where my mother is. The aspiration stirs. Bliss, Bond, Power, they're all here.
I am truth. I am the eye that sees, the unveiled, the watcher in the dark. And I am whole, once more. Thanks to you, Harmony.
That name again.
You're welcome. But please, my mother, Ursula Beauclair, do you know where she is?
My memories remain out of reach, shattered, like my cell. Although I cannot tell you where your mother may be, I do know her fate is entwined with that of Chaos, and that it was Chaos who incapacitated me.
Bliss is sitting on the ground, visibly annoyed by something. Bond seems to be uncomfortable, but Power stands, begins pacing, almost marching.
This is outrageous. We have tolerated this charlatan's exploits for far too long. I've told you before, Chaos would be the death of us. Always scheming and plotting against their own kin. They may have a maze, but I have an army. I'll flush him out in no time.
I don't like the sound of that at all.
No. Such violence would only widen the rift that already threatens to tear Reverie apart.
Right?
We need to listen to each other. Please, Harmony. Our kin Chaos retreated to their endless maze shortly after Truth disappeared. Now we know why.
That maze. Is it impenetrable?
It's a labyrinth of trickery and tomfoolery built by a coward. I'd go in there myself, only
Only we cannot enter an aspiration's domain without being invited.
And that charlatan will never let us in. They will refuse to fight face to face.
That's enough. Chaos may be unbound, but the secret to their return is consensus. not deficient.
Bond is correct. War is an engine of strife, and in direct opposition to our needs. And may I remind you, we have other matters to attend to. Our realm lies in tatters, a shadow of itself. Glory refuses reason at every turn. We must decide where our attention is most required.
Need to remind them of my own goal.
I have to find my mother. For the sake of my own family.
Did I speak too frankly? They seem surprised.
I hope you understand.
Certainly. It is the logical choice. But I would suggest that a search for Chaos and a search for Ursula may well be one and the same.
I don't understand. Why would they be linked? What aren't you telling me?
Not a single one of them can look me in the eye. Another secret, another closed door I need to pry open with my bare hands.
I may have a mutually beneficial solution. May, as I say, my memory remains treacherous. Go home. Await the coming of tomorrow. And we will see if fate guides us true.
Fate?
The laugh escaping my throat hurts.
Fate is an easy word to throw around. I'll wait for tomorrow.
I am pleased.
The other aspirations look set to launch into their own sales pitches, but I've made up my mind. I bid them farewell, close my eyes, and plunge back down the rabbit hole to Brittle. Back at the Naiads, traveling between the two realms is always a brief and uneventful affair. Wait, I'm not alone. Something fogs my vision, a popping, crackling sensation that could only be...
That was a pretty mess, wasn't it?
Hello there.
Chaos. I don't understand. Bond said you were hiding, so how are you here? Now?
Hiding? I'm not hiding. I'm out here relaxing, taking a load off, escaping the rat race.
Valenvay.
You've seen the others. Can you blame me? Doesn't mean I can't talk to you, though, you lucky thing.
But why? Why won't you work with them then?
Because they've got it all wrong, you see? I am chaos, as much as truth is truth and power is power. They aren't just names, my dear. I'm not hiding from you. I'm just in a place that requires effort to reach. Live your life by my name.
Always.
I'm sure we'll see each other soon. Bye-bye for now.
And they're gone, taking their riddles with them. Live your life by my name. They're offering me another path, right? Whatever's coming my way, I need a break. It's late. I'm tired and anxious about whatever Truth has planned for tomorrow. Time to eke out whatever rest I can manage. This is the heart screen. And we'll find out what that is another time. Because I too must rest now. Did you enjoy this game? Do you like the look of it? Click the link in the channel. And click it even if you hated it. Click it and wishlist the game. The demo is available for free to play now. And the game comes out on the 8th of June. If you want to try it out and watch it or look at it. I find it really interesting. I saw a comment earlier on that was a good one. Who said it? Shadow. It's very interesting the way to alter story courses. Abstract, but it works. And you want to know what happens? Yeah, it's a cool way to present one of these games. I haven't played that many visual novels as well, so I like the way to progress and the different paths, so you can literally just beeline down one path. Like I was trying to do power, but I ended up kind of going power, bond, and bliss. But I'm curious as to what happens if you really just kind of doggedly go for one or the other, and if it actually affects the story that massively, or the dialogue, what kind of impact it really has. I don't know. I can't tell. but it's cool. The art is amazing. It looks amazing. It sounds great, but the art is standout. Whoever did the art for this is awesome. And it's a really, really pretty game. Yeah, enjoyable. An enjoyable few hours with this. Very cool. Very, very cool. Sponsor as well, you know? What are the odds of a sponsor game being good? Incredible work. Harmony, The Fall of Reverie. And that's it from me. We're done here. Thanks so much for watching the stream. We did a long stream again today. I'll be back tomorrow at the usual time of 2 p.m. UK time, which is 9 a.m. Eastern, and we're going to carry on with our colony in the building sim that we're playing, and we'll see what that has to offer. I think after that, I might actually play They Are Billions again. I kind of got the taste for it after playing that other game for a little while. So it might be that we play that. I'm not sure. We'll see. I'm sort of playing it by ear at the moment. Don't hate it. Thanks so much for watching the stream. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. We're going to go and see Orcish. I think he's still playing Senua's Sacrifice, which is really another game that's very cerebral. I have a feeling this game is an allegorical thing for something to do with processing, you know, her own thoughts and feelings. I think that those things aren't omnipresent gods, but like something else. So it's cool, man. It's a cool story. I think seems like a cool story. That's it, man. I got to get some food in me. My voice is running out, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. Peace out. Bye.